Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am back with another Kill a Kit project video for the month of June. I am also going to be using this sketch right here from Page Maps, and it is a June 2018 12 by 12 sketch. So I have my kit, the start of what I'm going to use for it, the sketch, and then I'm ready to go. These pictures are of my son after he came home from boot camp. We were going to church and he made my morning when he came out dressed in this uniform. It was beautiful and I might have even cried. Okay, so here we go and let's see what I can do. Do you ever have one of those layouts where you can just see it coming together in your head, and when you get it actually down on the paper, it matches what was in your head? That is this layout, and I'm super excited because one of my favorite things to do with scrapbook papers is to mix and match colors. I really enjoy just pulling a little bit of color out of something and making it happen. And I think that I do that on a regular basis. I mean, that's my own opinion of my own scrapbooking. You might feel differently about your scrapbooking, or you might even feel differently about my scrapbooking, and that's totally okay. Now, I pulled out 2 sheets of green cardstock. Look at the back of that paper. That paper is gorgeous back there as well. Now I pulled out 2 sheets of this green cardstock, and they're just in slightly different shades, and I wanted to see which one I felt would be best, and I went with the darker shade. Now here is a little bit of yellow, and this yellow matches great. So I go ahead and get my photos down, and I'm going to go ahead and trim it down here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I didn't want the mat to be on the bottom of the page or on English. English is not my friend right now. I think it's because this is the 3rd voiceover that I'm doing in a row, and I usually don't batch them so much. I usually only do 2, but you know, it is what it is, and that's just the way it is. You're getting some really profound statements from me today, guys. It is what it is, and that's just the way it is. I should go into philosophy or something. Okay, so I knew that I wanted, like, I'm seeing this in my head, and I can see where things are going, and I can see the completed layout. Maybe not with the exact items that I'm pulling out, but I can see where it's going. So I'm just pulling out some of these chipboard pieces because I don't want everything to be super, super flat on this page. And I am like, yes. Now I've pulled out the flare and the die cuts. I'm like, no, the flare is not going to be, because the flare is a very, very white background. I didn't know what my title was going to be. I did know I wanted a large word over here. So it could have been family, but it wasn't. Now I'm just flipping through and finding the colors that match just to create my clusters. And I know that, look at those labels. That goes great. Now that other ribbon kind of label would have worked great color-wise, but I already had that big yellow one up at the top, and I liked the yellow one better than the blue one. I thought that the sentiment was a little bit better, so I went ahead and put that one back. And now I'm just going through and the colors. So I'm seeing all the colors in my head, and I find some random little pieces that work out great. So that's always exciting. It's always exciting to me. It's like a treasure hunt every time. Even when I'm not working in a kit, even if I'm just working from my stash, flipping through my stuff and finding that perfect little piece, it's like a treasure hunt every time. You've reached the treasure map, X marks the spot, you got it, and it gives me a little thrill each and every time that I find it, which is kind of exciting for me and might be kind of weird, but you know, it is what it is. There's those profound statements again. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm pulling out some of this other chipboard from the Simple Stories. I think it was, what was this collection called? Posh, I believe. And as you can see, I love chipboard that I can poke all the way through and not lose the sticky backing. However, it does fall out easily, so as you can see, I just used some washi tape to kind of tape it to the back so that I could have my chipboard still on my chipboard sheet and still be able to pop it out with that backing on it and not have to worry about them, you know, getting all messed and crazy. So again, got these Jelly Beans soup stickers, and I am just going to go ahead and pull out the ones that I like, the ones that look good. And then here is where I find my large word. I almost put happy so that it would be like happy, happy day, but I didn't. I liked this gold glitter today a little bit better. And I know I want to use that heart, but I'm not exactly sure where it's going to go yet because it does have some gold touches on it and it has all the right colors. I love it when collections have the same or similar colors so that you can mix and match, because that is one of my favorite things to do, is to mix and match and find just the right color, just the right shade. So hooray for that. Now I just went ahead and cut out this label, and these are LA Studio labels, I am pretty sure. And I decided to use my trimmer because it just gives me a straighter cut. Like, I know for a fact I'm going to get that cut straight. Except for, I mean, the little edges right there, I just went ahead and cut with my scissors because, you know, you don't need it. So the today was not sticky enough. So I went ahead and added a little bit of ATG. Now I didn't push it all the way down. I didn't like slam it down there just because I thought I might be messing around with it a little bit. I trimmed off the very bottom of that T on the today so that I could overlap this banner. And I went ahead and I'm using some foam squares just to lift it up because the chipboard is kind of the same height, so it needed a little bit of oomph underneath of it so it wouldn't kind of be, you know, leaning down and kind of I'm using my arm to show you guys. You can't see me. Wouldn't that be wild though? Like, I'm sure you can do it, is have a video of your voiceover with the video of what's going on. But that would actually probably be pretty boring because when I do voiceovers, I just kind of sit and stare off into nothing and just run my mouth. So yeah, you guys probably wouldn't enjoy that very much. I'm just saying. Okay, now I am totally loving this page. Like I said, it's coming together the way I see it in my mind. So I'm super excited about that. Now, I needed to cut out a bit of the heart here because it is a chipboard piece that I'm putting on top of the heart as well. So I'm just loosely following the cutout of the chipboard, and then I'm just going to go ahead and layer that heart in there. Needed to add a little bit more adhesive to make it happen. And I'm just getting it lined up. And then of course the sticky layer of that chipboard kind of stuck to the page where the chipboard pulled away. So of course ATG to the rescue. All right, I'm like, yes, 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 yes. This is coming along quite nicely, quite nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out the hole on this tag. And I am going to add some twine or bigger's twine underneath of it. So I just went ahead and pop dotted just the top edge of the tag so that the twine would be able to go through it. And now it's just a matter of figuring out which of the little pieces go where, like what will make the perfect little piece and where. Oh, why am I doing that? It looks so good without it there. Am I going to leave it there? I don't remember. I don't remember what I do with that. Okay. So now we're going to get these arrows on there because they do have the little touch of gold. And I really do enjoy the little touch of gold. Yay, I took that label off. Okay, doesn't need to be there. And then here we have some florals because I do have florals throughout the page. And that's one thing I like to do too. The background papers are very geometric. We have the triangles and we also have that, what is that shape called? I don't remember. I know that it looks like a fancy lattice, but I know that the name of it isn't fancy lattice. I'm pretty sure there is a certain name for it. If you know what the name is, can you drop it in the comments below so I can think of it and call it something besides fancy lattice? That would be awesome. Okay, so back to what I was doing. I have these florals over top of these geometric shapes, and that makes me happy. It's kind of like the soft, organic thing over top of the hard-lined shapes is the way I see it. Now I am almost covering up this tag completely, but I am okay with that because I really like the cluster up here and how it's coming together. And I'm like, as you can see, I'm liking where this is going because I'm pressing down on the pieces, and that is one thing I do on a regular basis. If I'm liking it where it is, I'm just going to press it down hard because I'm like, yes, we're committing to this. Now I'm building this cluster kind of weirdly. Like there is a huge gap right there between the photo mat and that little label cluster I just created, and I'm not liking it. So I've got to do something there, and it's just a matter of figuring out what I'm going to do. Now, I liked these little pieces, but I didn't know, like, was it going to be too much? Did it really work? Did that piece work better? And it's just, it did not. And I have all these little pieces right at the top of my page, and it's just a matter of figuring out where these are going to go. Now I have some of these little puffy gold hearts, and these were for a challenge that Christina Sorge had put together for us at Heather's Crafty Life's retreat that was held last month in Raleigh. So I just had 2 of those left, and I wanted to get those used up, which was perfect for this page because it just has the little touches of gold, which is awesome. Yay. Okay, so I found another label, and that is going to get rid of that trapped space over here between that cluster and my photo mat. And it's easier for me to pull up that label cluster and put this together here than it was trying to stuff it in there. So we've got that going, and then I'm like, yep, now time to get this pink label on, but I decide not to add it to the cluster itself. Not exactly sure why, but you know, that's what happens. Getting this exactly lined up so that there's no weird pieces of the label cluster sticking out. There's a lot of head action in this one, guys. Sorry about that. My stomach is starting to growl. Getting a little hungry. Okay. Move that one little heart over to fit right in there on that pink label that was hanging down. And then I walked over and found some baker's twine, and this is a white and pink baker's twine. Pretty sure it came from Recollections. As you can see, I take the utmost care with my twine and make sure that it's wrapped ever so nicely. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put this through the tag here and trim it off so it only has a little bit of a whoop-de-whoop. Did you know that was the technical term for tag thread? It's a whoop-de-whoop. And I felt like I needed to add thread one more place on this layout, so I decided to tie a bow on the Y of the word today. I'm just getting that fixed. I had to retie the bow because the twine was a little kinked up. So I just tied it a little bit better, and there we go. Look at that guy. Now I have the twine in two places, got the little whoop-de-whoop, and then also the little bow on the Y. And pushing everything down, because, you know, I push things down when I like it. Adding just a little bit of journaling. That was the date. And I think I'm writing going to church. This was the first Sunday that we had gone to church after my son came home from boot camp. So here you go, guys. There it is. Let me know if you want to chat about anything. Just drop me a comment below. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you're interested in subscribing. And I will catch you guys on the next video, and hopefully we'll get this kit killed. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.